My name is Brittany if you're new here, and you already know what we are here for. Another reaction. We're going to check out Judge Judy Destroyed This Karen. That's what the name of the video is. We know Judge Judy be going in on people, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So I can admit sometimes she get a little crazy with it, but we're going to go ahead and see this one.
This case is special. This is a case where 3 plaintiffs ambushed their party-holic roommate with a courtroom invitation. From Judge Judy's tone, it's already not going the defendant's way.
The 4 of you young ladies signed a lease in an apartment. You moved into the apartment in what month?
August.
How old are you, Miss Meschheimer?
I'm 20 years old.
The 3 of you, 2 19-year-olds and a 20-year-old, decided to do an intervention with the defendant that she was drinking too much, and you thought that that was bad for her.
Judge Judy checks the intervention qualifications of the girl, and to the surprise of absolutely no one, they have no qualification to carry out an intervention.
I'd like you to tell me what programs you went to, what courses you took.
Of course, none, but based on prior knowledge.
Just a second. How many courses you took?
None.
How many professionals did you contact?
None.
You watched television, maybe? Well, I'd like to know where you got your training from.
Well, I have no prior training.
Judge Judy interrogates the plaintiffs, and in the process, she makes the defendant know that her side of the story will be heard soon.
So now I'd like you to tell me what step-by-step did you take to accomplish this intervention?
We all sat in the common area.
You called her in?
Yes. Knocked on her
Shh.
So far, Judge Judy has not been able to see any elements of an intervention. She probes one of the plaintiffs.
Got together without her. Why don't you tell me exactly how it happened?
And I asked if everyone would have a conversation about the cleanliness of our apartment.
So you asked these 2?
Yes.
What was the problem with the cleanliness of the apartment?
Her dishes in the sink, stuff on the stove, basic stuff with the common
So
area.
this problem wasn't with these 2 roommates.
No.
The 3 of you had a problem with...
Yes.
So far, we're not talking intervention.
The plaintiff goes on and on about personal areas and dishes, but Judge Judy just wants to talk about the intervention element.
Substance abuse in your complaint.
We knock on her bedroom door, ask her to come out to the common area. Our personal items should belong in our room, and we wanted her to do that. Things with cleaning up after yourself in the bathroom.
Perfectly fair.
Put a dish in the dishwasher, please. That would be beneficial to us. Clapped her hand, say, oh, should I receive a gold star for putting my dishes in the dishwasher?
That's what she said to you, and
Yes.
you said to her, let's get to intervention.
The plaintiffs have caught on that Judge Judy is not buying their intervention plea because they can't prove there was an intervention like they claim. So they start to change the narrative.
I don't think it should be called an interventions.
I'm going to read it.
Sure.
We decided to have an intervention with her on October 4th. How did the intervention come up?
We didn't really discuss her substance abuse.
I don't think we meant in the complaint for that part about the substances.
Judge Judy calls it as it is. There was never a messy intervention, and the girls just made it up in their claim, which they all signed without coercion from anyone.
You signed this. I just want to make certain she was acting erratically.
Yes.
Nobody put those words in your mouth.
Right.
But when you had this messy intervention, that was in your mind. 4 girls getting together with one slob and saying, we don't want you to be a slob.
That's fair.
It looks like instead of an intervention, there was a brawl between one of the plaintiffs and the defendant. A full-on fistfight climax with the arrival of the police.
Go ahead.
Nicolette walked away. We heard her curse at us.
And she came back, pushed me off my chair, and hit me
Where did she hit you?
in my face, right here, like
And what did you hit her with?
a fist. Police were called, they came, she was arrested that night.
Judge Judy dismisses the counterclaim. The defendant's admission of guilt made it impossible to get a counterclaim for a lawyer's fees.
This matter, you were arrested and you pled guilty.
I did. I took a plea deal, though.
It doesn't matter. Once you take a plea, you acknowledge your guilt. First we were cursing, but I was the first one that used force, and I'm going to take a plea. You're not entitled to your lawyer's fees.
The defendant and her mom try to defend the counterclaim. However, Judge Judy makes them understand that if they wanted to counterclaim the claim, they should have never taken a guilty plea.
This is what your lawsuit
Well, she
was.
wasn't admitting guilt.
She did. That was what she was arrested for.
This was the countersuit. That was a whole different one. This is a new claim.
Filed a no contact order.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, she should have. You hit her.
that's what my lawyer suggested me to do.
I
It was
don't
dragging
care
on
what
so
your lawyer
long.
suggests. You should not have pled guilty. I'm not going to plead guilty to hitting her because I didn't.
Judge Judy dissects the lawsuit of the 3 plaintiffs. She sees it for what it is, a cunning attempt to get at their ex-roommate.
Now I'm going to get to your lawsuit. You filed for a protective order, Miss Torres, and then you knew that if you had the protective order, she wasn't going to be able to come back. So if you withdrew the protective order, she'd already moved out of the apartment, and now is seeking to have her pay the rent for the 5 months she wasn't there. That's not happening. If she came back, she was going to be faced with the same groupthink of the three of you.
Judge Judy decides the case is in favor of the defendant.
And the truth of the matter is, you didn't even think she was going to come back. Well, if I have a protective order, then I can't go back. So you said, well, there's no skin off my nose. You girls are cute, but you're not getting your rent. Have you had a good semester? Case is dismissed. Wait.
The reaction from the plaintiff is priceless. I guess she was quite alarmed about the particular information. It could mean many things, but one thing is for sure. It's funny.
Ms. Rodriguez, a complaint that suggests that you and the defendant, perhaps in a relationship for a brief period of time, had a falling out.
The plaintiff does not start on the right foot with Judge Judy. Her testimony takes a shaky start, and perhaps it's an indicator of what is about to go down.
Whatever relationship that was, you brought a television set. When did you do that?
That was in June of 2016.
It was June of 2015.
That sound right?
It was August of 2015.
Got it?
Yes.
Why was that so difficult for you to tell me?
It was a little bit of confusion.
Judge Judy warns her to get her case right and stop making up stories, because there will be consequences for such actions.
Right.
There's no confusion. You asked for it back a month later, perhaps alone for some reason, which we'll get into. Give me answers that are truthful rather than create a story for you.
The plaintiff narrates the circumstances in which she borrowed her friend's TV in contention. The only problem with the testimony is that Judge Judy doesn't believe any of it.
Tell me, now you want the TV back. Awful lot here. This is the main thing that creates this lawsuit. Tell me the circumstances surrounding her asking to borrow the TV. That's my gift.
Okay,
That's my gift.
All right. When I asked for it back, though, I expected it to be returned.
Judge Judy
What's
explicitly
she laughing
outlines
at?
her rationale behind not believing a word of the plaintiff's story. So Judge Judy turns to the defendant in hoping for a better narration of the facts.
I said, what were the circumstances? You know I have friends. I've upgraded televisions. Sure. I don't believe you. I'm going to ask her the circumstances surrounding you bringing over the television set.
The plaintiff seems to agree with their ex-friend's assessment of her, with no outburst of denial. Wow, that's a weird dynamic relationship these former friends had.
I actually did not ask her for the television set. We were very close friends at the time. She used to come over all the time because she was, I call her an almost functioning alcoholic. She just came over one day with the TV in hand and a box of beads.
The plaintiff brought the TV in for some quality Netflix and chill with her friend. This seems like a more plausible story so far.
Well, did you ask her why she brought the TV?
She said because we didn't have like an adequate Netflix, so she brought over an entire TV.
What kind of TV did you have in your house?
Computer screen monitor, smaller than the one in the corner there.
Judge Judy gives the plaintiff a strong warning that the plaintiff wisely heeded.
And when she came over for the next year,
She had my spare key. She used the TV at my house as well.
I never had a spare key.
It's a lie.
Never.
listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
No one might be sure where the TV might be, but one thing is for sure. The defendant has had a rough 2016.
Is TV still working?
It was the last time I saw it. She introduced me to my last boyfriend. He tried to kill me, so I just left everything in the home.
Judge Judy leads the testimony out of the defendant to reveal the nature of the relationship between the two parties before the TV incident.
You had no contact with this television, with this 32-inch. I assume that you were still friends before that.
People knew our relationship together, and they came to me every time she was in an alcoholic binge.
Did you have contact with her?
Yes.
Judge Judy does not award the plaintiff anything, based on the fact that the TV has no economic value.
You don't have the TV anymore.
No.
Even if it had a value, today's value, maybe today's value a year later, I'm not awarding you anything. Let's go to the next item.
The plaintiff's last story was shady, so Judge Judy sees her testimony as tinted. Judge just made sure the plaintiff knew this fact.
A cell phone. Now, I want you to be careful, Miss Rodriguez. I didn't believe the first story you told me.
Judge Judy asks a question that puts the final nail in the coffin of the plaintiff's final claim. The defendant lets out a knowing laugh, and Judge Judy is satisfied.
You want to tell me the day and date?
It was October 6th.
October 6th.
It was at her apartment.
Easy enough to verify. When you were in the defendant's house, did you see your TV?
No.
Perfect.
No.
Judge Judy knows there was no peaceful intent in the plaintiff when she went to retrieve her TV, despite the claims made by the plaintiff.
You want to tell me what you were doing at her house on October 6th?
My sister had gone off to college and I had wanted to give her that TV. Didn't see it there. I
Right.
tried to peacefully resolve.
How do you peacefully resolve it? You know I'm not believing you, right?
Judge Judy drills both parties about the details of the last visit that the plaintiff paid to the defendant. Can you see where this is going?
This was the first day you were ever at her new apartment?
Yes.
How did you get her address?
A mutual friend of ours had provided it.
Okay, now,
Talk to me.
now,
Judge Judy faces the other matters of a road trip, but it seems to Judge Judy it was a friendly road trip. The judge moves on.
since that you're suing her for, which is gas money.
Sure.
Okay, now, day and date.
June of 2016.
And who drove?
I did.
Did she go into the house?
No.
There was no skimming of details in the court of Judge Judy, especially those relevant to the case.
According to you,
I had-
you went in there and you said to her, she said to you, did you call first before you went over?
No. So I had gone in, she had let me into the apartment.
What you said to her and what she said to you.
That's a roundabout way to answer Judge Judy's question. She basically confessed to
This girl
starting a
crazy.
verbal argument at her ex-friend's home.
For my TV back, I would like to be done with this friendship. It escalated into a scuffling match where she actually physically dragged me out. I didn't see
just a
it in
minute.
her apartment.
She said to you, I don't have your TV. Look around my apartment. I don't have your TV anymore.
And I was really upset with the fact of that.
The plaintiff is starting to look like the spiteful person between both parties to the case. Judge Judy already recognizes this part.
That she would be this spiteful towards me when I was being
Just
nothing
why
but
was
helpful.
You gave her the TV
Transfer.
a year before.
No, I
Okay,
didn't.
so you come in, you see there's no TV. She says, I don't have your TV anymore.
That specifically how spiteful that she was in this entire relationship.
Looks like the plaintiff might or might not have made an unintentional admittance in court. We will never know.
Friendship. Oh heck.
Don't.
I don't swing that way.
Don't
Oh my
speak
God.
in
Not my
trouble.
type.
Despite the clear facts
Girl,
against the
what?
plaintiff's testimony, the plaintiff still tries to swing the story in her favor. So it's no shock
All right,
Judge Judy...
we're gonna end this here. That girl is crazy, obviously. Leave a comment down below if you want to watch more Judge Judy clips. Give this a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to subscribe down below and hit the post notifications. The battery is about to die on this camera. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Thanks again for stopping by. Peace out, guys.